Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO 44 coming at you another video. All right, so the score was 101-99, and we lost at the buzzer. Game two, we lost at the buzzer after being up by 20. Man, same thing happened that it always happens. No matter how big of a lead you have against the Denver Nuggets, the Los Angeles Lakers are going to find a way to give it back to them. Give credit to the Denver Nuggets. Jamal Murray is one of the most lethal killers in all of basketball, and he put on he didn't shoot very well. He hasn't been shooting very well in this series, but he hit the clutch free throws and hit the final jumper in Anthony Davis's outstretched arms from the corner and a mid-range jumper that just crushed all of our souls, man, as usual. But I can't say I'm surprised, man. I said at the 8-minute mark, we were up by 8 at the 8-minute mark, and I said this game's over. The Denver Nuggets are too great of a team for you to let them get this close after being down this much. They're too great of a team. And I didn't know how we were going to lose it, but I was certain we were going to lose. And we ended up hitting two big shots. Braun had hit two big shots to send us up by 8 with like 4 minutes to go. And I'm like, nah, this game is over. See, the thing about it is they're an excellent executing basketball team. So they're going to make you capitalize on your mistakes. And even though they shot like 26% from behind the arc, and the Lakers were making everything in the first half, we were still doing stupid stuff, taking chances against this basketball team, turning the ball over in really, bonehead ways. And when that happens, they capitalize. It's what they do. And when you're going up against a champion who's really built like that, a really excellent basketball team, you go up by 20 and then you somehow let them back in the game, things are going to go right for them. The ball just flew their way. Jokic, with like a minute and a half to go, attempted a errant three-point shot trying to draw a foul. It airballed. Aaron Gordon caught it underneath the basket, muscled Austin Reeves away from the ball, and then kicked it out to Porter, who hit an excellent three-point shot in rhythm. It's like those type of plays, just what the problem is. You're getting overpowered by a great basketball team with a whole lot of size. And, you tried things you shouldn't have been trying tonight. Braun missed the three-point shot he should have taken, should have made, you know what I mean? The ball's either going to fall or it's not. But, like, he had a wide-open three. He didn't make his. They came down and hit theirs. It's just a better executing basketball team. And no matter how much it hurts us as fans to have to sit through it, this unit that we have, no matter what's going on, is going to give a basketball game back to this team. And I expect it's going to happen 2 more times, and I expect for us to be swept, to be honest with you. You can't be up by 20 against this team, be up by 10 in the first game, and lose all of the games that you're in with these guys. It doesn't matter what lead you're in. It's the same thing It's the same thing I said at halftime. It doesn't matter what lead you have. You could be up by 20. You could be up by 30. If you take your foot off the gas like we're prone to do and get comfortable in any way, or stop doing things that work, or take chances, you're going to lose. And our team is prone to do that. For all of the great shots that D'Lo hit, some of his turnovers showed that weakness to this team. You know what I mean? And some of the, like, Taurean Prince hit some big shots. But there was a play down there where they were able to fake as if they were hunting Taurean on defense and instead go to a different option within that play that got them an easy score. It's like if you leave Taurean on the floor, that type of stuff happens. They can use hunting him as a decoy and end up getting the score in another situation. It's like, if you're going to do stuff that doesn't work, you're going to get beaten. Our coach left Rui Hachimura on Jokic for almost most of the third quarter, and Jokic scored just about every time. That's what got them back in the game, was those sequences where you left Rui out there when you up by 18 and Jokic just keeps scoring on him. You think he would put Jackson Hayes on him? We put Jackson Hayes in the game for a couple minutes, and all of a sudden you see Jackson Hayes getting his hands on balls, tip-in stuff. Not tip-ins, but like 50-50 balls were created off his length. That's a better option than continuing to put Jokic in front of Rui Hachimura. He's shooting over Rui. He's spinning off of him, laying the ball up. How many times do you have to see this? I'm going to be honest with you guys. Darvin Ham's management of our lead and his choices putting certain players on the floor is really what lost us the game tonight. Now, obviously, Murray has to hit a big shot or we're in overtime, but Murray is prone to hit that big shot. As I've told you guys on this camera at least 20 times over the years, Murray's one of the most lethal killers I've ever seen. Not just in this era, any era. He's one of the most lethal killers, period. So when he gets a shot like that, I expect it to go in. And so for me, it's like I wasn't surprised to see any of that. I wasn't surprised to see him off of a game where he's 6 for 22 to hit the game-winning shot, because that's what he is. He's a killer. One of the greatest. And his legend is continuing to be written. And I think the series is over, you guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. You can't win 4 out of 5 against this team. We've had a 10-point lead, a 20-point lead, and we lost both games. You can't beat this team. You can't beat them. And the reason why you can't beat them is not because you don't have the personnel to do it. It's because when you use your personnel the wrong way, it plays right into their hands, and we're prone to do that. Darvin Ham has lost 10 straight games to the same team. Why? Because he keeps doing the same thing. You go small ball. You want to put 3 guards on the floor and Taurean Prince at the 4 spot. You ain't learned that Taurean Prince is literally your worst player, bro? You haven't figured this out? You ain't figured that out, huh? Okay, well, keep doing it. And they'll keep beating you. Like, these are the things, like, it's not that hard to tell. Your coach and your players just aren't good enough to beat the Denver Nuggets, however you slice it. And when you start figuring out why that is, you know, it just comes down to what they're prone to do. Turn the ball over. You want to take chances. Guys don't make shots down the stretch of basketball games against the other team that does. You got the crowd behind the Denver Nuggets, and you let them come back. You don't call timeouts. Darvin Ham called a timeout when we're up by 19 with the score going up, but doesn't call timeouts to stop the bleeding when the score's going the other way. I mean, like, stuff like that. It's like, yo, man, it ain't no wonder why this Mike Malone keeps beating the hell out of this man's teams. It's because he keep on doing the same stuff that plays right into Mike's hands. I don't know what the stats were tonight. I was too upset to really take a real good look at those stats, to be honest with you guys. They said a bunch of numbers. I don't really know, man. When you get beaten the way that we just got beaten, I honestly didn't have it in me to even look at those numbers and try to retain any of that. I'm not going to even front. This ain't the night for me to even tell you who what had what. I don't know. Go to somebody else for that tonight. Ain't the night. And we'll go over those stats later on and try to make some sense of it as we listen to others speak about this game. But I can tell you right now, there is no more demoralizing way to lose 2 games than we just lost to the team that has already beaten us 8 times before we even came into this series. There is no way to snatch someone's heart more so than the Denver Nuggets just snatched ours right now. I don't know that Kobe could have snatched the team's heart as bad as the Denver Nuggets have snatched ours over the last 2 games. Talk about demoralizing. There's nothing more demoralizing than this. These are the 2 most demoralizing consecutive losses I think I've ever seen. Like, ever seen, yo. And it's because of how this has led up to us losing in the fashion that we did. You talk about beating somebody to a pulp. You talk about reaching into somebody's chest and pulling their heart out. That's exactly what just happened to the Los Angeles Lakers through 2 basketball games. And I will watch the next 2, but I do not expect to win them at all. In a night where D'Lo was shooting perfect, AD couldn't miss in the first half. You think we keep going back to Austin and D'Lo? I mean, to D'Lo and AD? No. AD picked up his 4th foul. I thought the officiating was a little suspect out there. A little suspect, to say the least. I think a lot of people are going to talk to you guys about how all of Mike Malone's challenges were rewarded, some of which looked like they should have been considered correct. So I think officiating had a lot to do with what went wrong for the LA Lakers tonight. But not more so than us being stupid. If I'm being honest with you, I think stupidity is what cost the Los Angeles Lakers this particular basketball game. When you're playing against a team that capitalizes on your mistakes, taking chances against them is stupid. Turning the ball over against them is stupid. Unforced turnovers that turn into transition plays. Leaving yourself without size against a team that has beaten you 8 straight times because of the fact that they have 3 players that are about 6'10" or taller in the starting lineup. Rui Hachimura getting cooked by Jokic. Leaving Rui on Jokic in the third quarter was stupid. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of stuff down there that was really the Denver Nuggets pushing the envelope against us, pressing the issue, playing great, getting stops where they needed to, hitting shots where they needed to, hitting free throws particularly, controlling the clock and managing the game better than us. Even when Jokic wasn't on the floor, they were winning those battles. And when we set AD down, instead of bringing in Jackson Hayes for the length effect that AD was able to benefit in using, our coach put Rui on the floor with Bron, and we weren't big enough. Got to give credit to Christian Brown, who was making big plays out there constantly. KCP, who, was playing very physical with us. But we missed key free throws. I think about a couple free throws that we missed as a team. And then you look at the score and you see you lost by 1. Like that type of stuff, man. You can't do it against them. You just can't do what we were prone to do. Leaving Taurean Prince out there as the main guy off your bench. You pay for that against the team that's going to likely win the championship this year. You pay for that. So did we shoot well? Oh, man, we were shooting 64% at the half from the 3, 65% from the field, all of this. But in the second half, we gave up 30-plus points in the paint. Like, you just left the paint open. How do you leave the paint open? By being too small. Anthony Davis, bonehead fouls on Jokic. Bro, if he has you beat, if he gets the step, why are you reaching around him to try to block the shot? Just give up the concession layup. He going to score any damn way. If you foul him, he going to hit both free throws. Wouldn't it make more sense to just give him the concession shot once he has the step on you so you can stay yourself on the floor? Stupidity got us beat tonight. Taking chances against a team that capitalizes on mistakes is what gets you beat. So I just feel like we got beat by a smarter basketball team. I feel like I'm smarter than what I saw down there. And I just think stupidity is why we're where we are. Stupidity is why we've been where we are all season. The coach is just doing stupid stuff with the rotations. Guys, not being able to overcome that as a unit. Unraveling in game 1 when you turn the ball over a couple times and they're in your head. Them being in your head is a sign of a lack of intelligence, because if you were focused on what you should be focused on, you wouldn't be worried about what they can do, but more so what you need to do. It's stupidity, man. It's just not a smart basketball team. We shot well in the first half, but that wasn't sustainable. I told you that wasn't sustainable. And I said, if you don't treat this 20-point game like you're tied, you're going to lose it. And we didn't. In that third quarter, we let them come right back. We gave up every matchup necessary. We fouled where we shouldn't have. We turned the ball over, took chances where we shouldn't have, throwing the ball all out of bounds. Stupidity. That's all it is. And I have to give credit to the Denver Nuggets for capitalizing on every bit of it. They're the better team. They deserve to win the series. I don't even think we need to play 2 more games, if I'm being completely honest with you. I've seen enough. I'm sure they have as well. Ain't no reason to watch some more of this or to play any more of this. Let's just get out of the season healthy. You can end the series right here, because as far as I can tell, our team is not intelligent enough as a unit to hold any type of success against this team. Start walking the ball up. You up by 6 points. They done scored the last 15 points. And you walking the ball up. Is that what got you the lead? Is that what put you in a position to succeed in the first half with the 20 points? No, you were running pick and roll, AD shooting over Jokic. You got away from it. D-Lo hitting shots. D-Lo didn't attempt but like 3 shots in the second half after being so hot in the first half. You got Rui Hachimura bumping down there with somebody who's damn 300 pounds, and then you want to give him the ball to take shots. He doesn't have anything for you offensively because you keep on wearing him out on the defensive end. Don't you know he's a scorer, Darvin Ham? Rui is a scorer. He is not a bag for Jokic to lean on. You're going to ruin his legs, and he ain't going to have nothing for you in the areas where he's strong while you're doing something futile like putting him on the MVP. What you need to do is utilize that player in a different way by getting him shots up, because that's what he does. Not wearing his legs down, leaning on Jokic just to get scored on in every possession. I mean, stupidity is what lost us this basketball game. You think we go to Max Christie at all for the rebounding and the defensive help? No. This guy's going to 3-guard lineups. He leaving D'Lo to be the small forward. And then it ain't enough to do that. He got to put Taurean Prince at the 4 spot. Against a team that has 3 close to 7-footers as his power forwards who've been out-rebounding him and scoring in the paint for 9 straight basketball games. And this is what he chooses to do in a must-win pivotal basketball game on the road. I mean, it's like, yo, listen. As an organization, stupidity is why we're down 0-2 to the Nuggets. Stupidity is why we've lost 10 straight games to the Nuggets. And stupidity is why we're going to lose the next 2 games and get swept up out of here for the 2nd straight year to the damn Nuggets. It's because we're not that smart of a unit. And that's it. I'm not that stupid of a fan to think otherwise. They didn't show me everything I need to see. The Nuggets are definitely the best team in basketball, but that is not why you lost these last 2 games. You lost these last 2 games because y'all was stupid as hell. That's it. And there ain't no room for stupidity if you're trying to beat a team that doesn't allow for that. They just don't allow for it. Careful basketball is what's going to get you that. Continue to do things that what works. That work is going to get you success against this team. We are prone to undo that. If we do something that works in the first half, we're coming out of the locker room, we're doing something else. If we have something that's working really well, we're going to put some unit on the floor that's going to leave us a disadvantage. It's what we are. Denver don't have to do much. Just wait for the Lakers to beat themselves and be ready for the success that comes with it. Just be in a position to capitalize on everything they give you, and you're going to be successful. You don't even have to do anything. Just give them the rope. They hang themselves. That's what Denver's able to benefit from. Is that type of stupidity. They're going to throw the ball out of bounds. Just keep on playing steady. They're gonna take a chance. You know, they're going to try to go for a steal, and when they do, we'll have the mismatch, and we'll just capitalize. Give it a second. It just flop a little bit. They're going to call a foul. Hit your free throws. Go the other way, man. As long as we don't take chances, and this is the Nuggets mindset, as long as we don't take chances we have no business taking, all we got to do is sit there and wait for them to do stupid stuff so that we can take advantage of it. And when they do, execute well, capitalize, we out of here. It's the truth, man. It ain't what you want to hear, Laker fans, but it's the truth. Your team is just not as intelligent as necessary to defeat this basketball team. It don't make me feel good to say that. It really don't. And that's what makes Denver great. Is that when they play against morons, they capitalize and execute to perfection. Wasted D'Lo game. He was excellent in the first half. Don't know what happened in the second half. Just didn't give him the ball very much. Wasted Anthony Davis masterclass in the first half. I mean, he was 16 out of 17 or something crazy like that. You think we try to do some of the same things? Nope, not a chance. And what substitutions do you use when you decide to get away from your stars? Sitting Bron in key moments and bringing in who? Taurean Prince? You're going to live and die with mediocrity, coach. 3-guard lineups that have never been used before in their lives. You got D'Lo down there with Vincent and Dinwiddie. You didn't put no size on the floor? Nope. I mean, these are the things that make it so much easier for the Denver Nuggets to see a 20-point deficit and say, oh, man, we coming back anyway. Just wait for Darvin to put Rui on the floor. We go to Jokic every play. We'll be fine. I mean, I'm no longer confused, ladies and gentlemen. This series is over. We may get a game out of this series, although I think tonight's was the best night for us to win a game in this series. I really do. I think tonight was your best chance. And the way that we lost this game, coupled with the way that we lost the last game, coupled with the way that we lost the last 8 before that, tells me that there's probably no reason to think we're going to win either of the next 2, man. I don't think either of the next 2 will play better than we did tonight. I really don't. I don't think we're capable of it. I think when you get beat like this, and you got the head that our team has, you're just gonna unravel from here. I have no reason to believe that they're gonna lick their wounds and come back, bounce back now. You know how many games we've lost in a row to Western Conference contenders? I mean, it's a joke. It's an absolute joke how many big games we've lost to Western Conference contenders. And now we're supposed to beat the Nuggets after this? Yeah, right, man. Get your broomsticks out. That's really where we at with it. I guess Vanderbilt's targeting the next game. I guess Christian Wood's targeting the next game. And I guess Darvin Ham's probably going to put them on the floor together. You know what I'm saying? Put them out there with Gabe Vincent and Torian Prince. And we'll see how that lineup looks like. I'm telling you, man, I don't expect nothing good. Nothing at all. I have no reason to. I have no evidence that anything good is going to happen so long as I'm rooting for this unit against those guys. It ain't like... As I said about 9 games in a row, 10 games in a row is not a fluke. It's not a fluke, fam. And no matter how big a lead we get, and mind you, we have leads in all of these games. 20-point lead tonight. It didn't matter. Because our tendencies, when we get leads, basically play into their game plan. Like, literally. So that's what I gotta say, man. Game ball goes to Jamal Murray for no other reason than he just hit the big shot to kill us, man. That's killer's kill, man. And we had the benefit of enjoying what a killer feels like to have on your team, on our team for 20 years. So we know what it feels like when somebody snatches someone's soul away. We've done it to many. And that's really what it is, man. Jokic had a triple-double with 20 boards, 20 points, over, 11 assists. I mean, he's just the MVP, man, best player in basketball. It's not even worth talking about. Nikola Jokic is the best player in basketball. I've been telling people that for probably about 3 years now. So it ain't going to be me getting on board. I was already there. That's the truth. He's the truth, man. He's the best game manager probably in basketball as well. Because when you consider how slow the clock moved and how that deficit just slowly disappeared for their basketball team and the clock just wasn't moving, you just had to understand you were getting managed. He was controlling the clock in a way that should be done. And I just understand what I'm watching, man. I understand what Nikola Jokic is. I know why it's so important not to be stupid in his presence. Quite honestly. So, yeah, man, that is what it is, bro. Hats off to the Denver Nuggets who just played a great second half, getting into our paint, destroying us. Again, hitting free throws, which I thought was a key to their success tonight. And, trusting their killer to kill. Jamal Murray is the truth, man. That ain't no fluke. He gonna do that to somebody else, too. This is the real deal right there. I don't think they're done winning championships, ladies and gentlemen. I do not think that. Salute the Kobe minute. I do not think that the Denver Nuggets are done winning championships. I think they managed the Lakers, manhandled the Lakers, and snatched their souls from us. Snatched our souls right out of our chest. And I have to admire it. You know what I mean? If nothing else, you got to admire the greatness of it. It's just unfortunate that it's you that they're making their name off of. And we do not execute well enough down the stretch of basketball games to be blowing leads like this. We just don't. They gonna hit all their shots down the stretch. That Austin Reeves 3, that LeBron James 3, yeah, those are losing shots. You don't hit those against these guys, you gonna lose the game. You feed the hot hand. The hot hand was D'Lo and Anthony.
And in the second half, in Laker fashion, we unraveled. In Laker fashion, we put rotations on the floor that played into the defense's hands, that played into the size advantage of the other team's hands. In Laker fashion, we didn't call proper timeouts and stop the bleeding as usual. In Laker fashion, we turned the ball over unforced many times that turned into transition buckets for the Denver Nuggets. They just made us pay for our stupidity. That's all it was, ladies and gentlemen. We're down 0-2 with 2 more games before we out of our misery, and I fully expect the Denver Nuggets to take care of business because that is exactly what time it really is, man. This is their era. And we're just in it. That's the God's honest truth. My name is BDF44. I thank you all for watching. I'm out.